Welcome to the ID Talk podcast. My name is Peter Counter, and I am the editor-in-chief of FindBiometrics and Mobile ID World, which are reporting live from Money20 USA in Las Vegas. Our very own Doug OGorden is on the exhibition floor this week, speaking to the leaders in biometrics, identity verification, and authentication in the fintech space. And that's why on this special episode of ID Talk, he interviews Nir Stern, Vice President of Product Management at AU10TIX. Stern discusses the AU10TIX Headshot Booth and the identity verification demos his company is showing at Money20, and then he goes on to talk about how his company managed to stand apart from the influx of IDV competition that we all saw in 2021, highlighting the firm's speed of deployment and expansion, as well as the AU10TIX platform's fully automated capabilities. Looking ahead, Stern gives his perspective on emerging use cases for biometrics in the workplace and what's next for financial services in the identity space. It's a fascinating discussion about identity in finance and beyond, so let's get right to it. Here is FindBiometrics' Doug OGorden in conversation with AU10TIX's Nir Stern, recorded live at Money20.
Hi, FindBiometrics and Mobile ID World listeners. This is Doug OGorden. I'm live with Nir Stern, who's VP of Product Management for AU10TIX. Nir, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Excellent.
Awesome.
I just went through the demo.
Yep.
It was really great. What are you showcasing at the AU10TIX booth at the show?
So first we have the headshot booth. So people come over and get the professional headshot, which is very cool, and got a lot of traffic. And we demoing whoever is interested our technology around identity verification, KYC, which includes both the backend machine learning models to be able to classify and authenticate IDs, as well as compare the selfie of the person to the photo ID and the photo on the ID, as well as our front-end technology that actually helps to make sure that the user experience is smooth and easy and fast, as you saw. Within a few seconds, you get through the whole process, which is super important for our customers.
And the analytics was really kind of a neat thing to kind of look at, the back-end analytics on all of the different numbers and images and things that you're looking at. So great. So in 2021, we saw over $3 billion of venture capital injected into the identity space and remote onboarding as the sector exploded with activity from longtime market leaders and promising challengers. What have you done to stand apart from other ID verification companies, and how are you evolving in the marketplace?
So I think one of our unique in the market is the fact that we're fully automated, as you saw. This allows us to be super accurate, super fast. We complete the whole process within less than 8 seconds. We are fully scalable, so if any of our customers have peak in their traffic, we can support that because we don't need people to come on board and so on. And also we're fully global. We support over 200 countries, over 4,000 documents, and we are growing very fast. One more thing that I think it differentiates that is, as we showed you in the demo, is our instinct capabilities, which basically is our consortium database with all the data that we extract from the IDs, and we can compare each new ID to our consortium to identify if there are any repetitions of the photo or any details with conflict. So if you see the same photo on multiple IDs but different information, this means that this is most probably synthetic IDs, and this has been super valuable to our customers.
Remote onboarding and ID verification technology has become integral in the digital banking world, and we're seeing legacy banks embrace this technology. What's another financial use case you're seeing traction in? And what about other verticals, healthcare, government? What other markets are you playing in?
Yeah, so For the first question, yeah, there are several use cases that we see our customers use other than onboarding. So we start with we call it verifiable moments. So it could be cases where you need to revalidate the user. For example, our customers are in the social media like LinkedIn, Twitter. If a user wants to reset their password and they have one of these, blue V's, like, they're famous people, you cannot just send them reset over email. You need to go through the full identity verification process. Another example, risky transactions, or if you want to withdraw all your money from your account, sending one-time password is not enough. We all know it can be easily bypassed. So our customers will do identity verification. It could be full identity verification process, or as we showed you, it can be only taking the selfie. We compare it with the original selfie you took when you on board, and then we can validate you much more securely. In terms of other verticals, so yeah, as we discussed, we have many verticals that are not necessarily in the financial business. We have the social networks. Any company that has physical interaction with their customers but are fully digital, like Uber, Airbnb, all of these are using us for different use cases. And very interesting use case that we now see more and more need is about remote onboarding of employees. So following COVID, of course, it's become a real need. And we see more and more customers that are working with us looking for having a much smooth and secure employees onboarding remotely using our technology.
Mm-hmm.
It also relates to verifiable credentials that we discussed earlier. That is a new trend that we see where more and more use cases to have verifiable credentials, a digital ID that can be reused for different use cases. And we see a lot of momentum around
well, I see that remote employee onboarding, like, maybe 2/3 of the time you're not even in the office, but you have to authenticate yourself on your computer.
Yeah.
I would see that would be,
So authenticate and access resources digitally or physically. And when you're being remotely onboarded as an employer, how do you make sure that the person who's now getting the access is the right person? Usually today you just send them an email and hope that it's the right person. With identity verification process, you can actually make sure that this is the right person, get them the access, and then make sure it's smooth and very secure.
Last question. We're launching our 20th annual year in review, which is our industry study. We're no longer looking at the what happened last year. We're trying to predict the future, and where is identity going with biometrics? How are they going to be used in the future? My question to you is, what do you think Money 2020 will look like in 1 year? A year from now, what do you think will be different in this space?
So we see more and more convergence between payment and identity, and what we see the market is going for, and we try to be actually leader in that space, is everything around digital ID and self-sovereign identity. So just like you have your payment card digitally today and everybody's using it, we will have the same with identities, basically. So you will be able to create a digital ID, sometimes self-sovereign identity that you have full control over it, and be able to use it to onboard and access any type of digital resources very easily. So I really think that by next year, something that now it's just starting will be much more.
So you're saying digital wallets are going to take off a lot faster, and people are going to be using the technology.
They are. I think they already are in terms of the payments, but we will see more and more identity space moving over there.
Sure. Well, hey, what's the best way for our readers to get a hold of you or reach out to AU10TIX for more information?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go to our website. It's www.AU10TIX. It's AU10TIX.com. Or you can reach out to me over LinkedIn. I'm Nir Stern at AU10TIX.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, Nir.
Thank you.
Have a good show.
And so concludes our interview with Nir Stern, Vice President, Product Management at AU10TIX. Learn more about the topics discussed in this episode by visiting AU10TIX.com. That's AU10TIX.com, or by clicking the links in the show notes. And for more Money 2020 coverage straight from Las Vegas, stay posted to FindBiometrics and Mobile ID World. I want to thank Nir for participating in this episode, and thank you to Doug OGorden for conducting the interview. Our podcast theme music is by Logomrad. I have been your host, Peter Counter. Thank you for listening to the ID Talk podcast.